everybody.
Hello.
It's Sally and Barbara and Ari and Jimmy's over there monitoring chat. And you are our fellow ramblers because it's Rambling Thursday. And today we decided to talk to you about what a rolled hem is. Now, a rolled hem is something that you often put at the bottom of a big skirt or on the edge of napkins or on the tablecloths, scarves. I meant to bring a whole bunch of examples, but oh well, it's all right. So there's several different ways that you can make a rolled hem. The easiest way to make a rolled hem is going to be on your serger.
Already gone. You're already gone. You're good.
Okay, I was going to give you some light. So I already made a rolled hem on the serger because it was going to be difficult to go over and do that. So this is a rolled hem. So that's what this looks like. Now there's two ways to make a rolled hem. You can make it with 3 threads or you can make it with 2 threads. So this has 3 threads, so it's a little bit more, it has more thread here. And this is a 2 thread. And I would probably shorten up the stitch a little bit so I don't get so many pokies out of here. And each serger is going to be a little bit different, and you may or may not want to do the 2 thread. I actually think this 2 thread, even with the little hairs, looks prettier than this 3 thread. I need to have to mess with the tension a little bit. So.
And you always want to test it.
Yeah, you do. So that is the easiest way because it trims it off, rolls it over, and see how the fabric is rolled over. So, all right. Now, if you don't, there's lots of sheets for rolled hem. So this is what a rolled hem foot looks like. This is 4 millimeters. So that's how much the fabric folds. So this is probably about a 1/16 of an inch, I would say.
Yeah.
Because this is a 1/4 inch here. I guess it might be an 1/8. But it feels skinnier than an 1/8. So that's how much it folds. And what happens with these, so they're different sizes. So this folds a 3 millimeter edge. This rolls a 2 millimeter edge. This is actually a foot for a Viking. I don't think FOF has this, but it attaches to the machine through 2 holes here, and this folds a 10 millimeter hem, which is about a 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, between 3/8 inch, somewhere around there. So what happens with these, pardon me. Oh, thank you for watching on Facebook, and also thank you for watching on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, if you can like and subscribe and then hit the little bell button so that you'll be reminded. We try and do this every Thursday and we talk about different things. So I'm going to trim off these extra threads because this would be hard to get through here. But what happens with this is you're sewing from the back. Sorry. You're sewing from the back, and the fabric goes through underneath this foot and rolls around this little ridge. This is probably not going to be the easiest thing in the world to show you, but I'm going to try anyway. So it rolls around the little ridge, and when it comes out the other end, it's rolled. And we're going to put it on the sewing machine and try and show you. We'll see how successful I am. But see how it's kind of going through here and rolling. You can see it better with this big one because it's big. So it's gonna roll more easily.
That's probably the one to show them because they can see that on the screen.
Yeah, but it's not as impressive as the little
No.
one. But so see how it's kind of turning that over and rolling it over? So it's folding it. If you were making a rolled ham yourself, you have to go over to your ironing board, decide how wide you need to make it, and fold it in half like this. Well, not in half. Fold it over how much ever you need, like a 1/8 inch, a 1/4 inch, and fold it again. Make sure it's nice and stiff, and then let's go over the sewing machine. Great. I guess I should have set it up for sewing. All right. So then we would just come over to the sewing machine. You good?
Mhm.
Excellent work. And just, I would probably normally stitch from the top, but of course when you're on camera it doesn't want to. And just sew this down, and you see what a beautiful job I did.
That's
Not
because
really.
The thread was cut.
But there. So that's what it looks like when you do it that way. Alright, if you don't have a foot, there's another option. So you can go to a zigzag stitch, and you can take your piece of fabric. I like to use the buttonhole, the buttonhole foot, yeah, that buttonhole foot. And what'll happen here is if I'm pardon me, if I'm zigging on the fabric
Oh, and then zagging off.
and zagging off the fabric, and I'm on a 4.5 stitch width here. And I just need to zag off the fabric a little bit more. And I'm actually going to move my stitch over. Can't I do that? Oh yeah, I can. I'm going to move it over a little. See, I'm moving the needle over a little to the left. Oops. Alright. So see how it's rolling the fabric. See how the fabric is folding over underneath that zigzag. So you can kind of mimic the rolled hem on the serger with the sewing machine by that simple technique. Now, of course, you probably would have wanted to make the stitch closer together.
Yeah.
So let's go over on the other side and make it a little tighter stitch. So it looks a little bit more pretty. And and you wouldn't use red thread. Well, you might, but it doesn't go with this fabric. But I'm using that just because
You can see it.
I can see it. Now you can see how it's rolling over.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just grabbing that, it's just holding that thread in the zigzag stitch. So one side's going off and one side is not going off.
So it pulls it over.
And then you can make it a tighter stitch or a narrower stitch, whichever you want. So that's how you could do that if you don't have a foot, a proper foot. Now, let's show you what it looks like with the 10 millimeter, because I know that'll work for sure. Sometimes the other is a little bit challenging, and it is a little bit like, why were you doing this on camera? And I just got shredded thread down there, which you don't want. Okay. Alright, so this foot just sits here and clicks in the back. You could go underneath here until it folds over. So you want it to roll, totally roll over like this. And then go ahead and start. Oh, we need to go to a straight stitch. Silly me. Okay. So now we're going to a straight stitch. And now see, it's folding over, it's catching that edge underneath. Got it a little bit too far there. So this is a lot easier than folding it in half
And ironing it.
and ironing it. So see, it's a nice fold edge. Looks good, doesn't it? Okay, now if you have one of these rolly feet, the easiest thing to do, so this is a 4mm rolled head foot. Now what I do, what I've been taught, is you want to have a straight edge. You fold it over and over again. We go from the back. So you fold it over and over again so you have your little narrow hem. Now we're going to put that narrow hem, it needs to be about the size of whichever. So that should be about a 4mm hem fold. Then you just get it started like this. Stop with your needle down and then work that fold up underneath. Come on.
I always see how I have to do that with tweezers because my fingers are never want to get in there.
It usually just nicely, because we're on camera, it's
It doesn't
not
wanna
going
do
to
it.
do that. Let me see. Okay, well maybe. Maybe it is. I can't tell for sure. You don't want to have too much because you don't want to have it fold back underneath. But I think that's going to be about right. Shouldn't have all those hairs there. That's not smart. You shouldn't have it all loose threads. You should probably trim off. But what do you call me? What kind of sewer do you call me?
Chaos sewer.
Chaos sewer. I'm a chaos sewer. Anybody else out there a chaos sewer?
I am.
Chaos sewers unite. So see, it's just going through there. You think it's not really working. Is it working, Barbara? I think
Yes,
it is.
it is.
Okay, kind of messed up the end of it. Could look better.
Oh,
But
that was
wow,
nice.
that looks pretty good, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
So,
For not
Okay.
having practiced it in probably years.
no, I did one not that long ago.
Okay.
Let me get a piece of cotton. It might turn better.
Oh yeah, because this is knit. Knits should be done, I think,
Well,
to me on the
it's
serger.
not really a knit.
It's a
It's
double
a
gauze.
double gauze.
Oh, okay.
So theoretically,
it feels
It
like
should
nice and
have.
soft though.
Isn't it though?
Yes, it is.
I thought it was really pretty.
This would make
I think
cute
it'd make a
summer
really
pajamas.
pretty shirt. Oh, well, that's true. Okay, so remember we took a couple of stitches, stop with our needle down. And now see, we're not gonna get all that frayy thing now. Loosen this up so we can get the unfolded edge through here. Come on. Be just a little cooperative. Okay. Maybe. Okay, that's better. So now you can see it's just folding it underneath.
That looks good.
And you just have to keep it guided enough so it doesn't want to go the wrong direction and come off the edge of your fabric. It's my favorite trick to do. I lost it at the end, but oh, very nice.
Mm-hmm. Cotton behaves so well.
Cotton behaved much better. You see, I do not have matching thread in the top and bottom, so this happened to just perfectly match this piece of fabric. Doesn't look like a grunge, I'm not sure
So
what
it depends
is.
upon the fabric, whether you use your
So-
sewing machine or the
Or
serger.
the serger, correct.
This is more like the serger that you would use for a rolled hem. Where I did a couple of quilts where I had to learn how to do a rolled hem because that was part of the block.
Yeah.
We were doing a lot of applique.
Now, you can make, like you could make both sides of this rolled and make a little, almost like a ribbon that had selvage on it, so we wouldn't have wanted to roll the selvage. But see, if you rolled this other side, like this, get that underneath there. I take putting caution to the wind, 'cause it's probably not gonna work this time now.
Chaos.
Chaos. Okay. Pulled it in there. Oh, look how much more cooperative it was. Alright, so now you would have like a piece of ribbon. Wasn't the best, but not too bad. And you could, this is actually the shirt I have on. Can you show the shirt?
Yeah, let's do a
Here.
camera 3, right?
So see this top of the shirt here?
Oh, that's like
That's
that.
really pretty.
This is a rolled edge, and then it's just gathered up and sewed on, like kind of in an S. So I don't know how they did it, but it's just this fabric that the overshirt's made from. And so this is just rolled edge on both sides.
Yeah.
That's how they did that. So, does anybody have any questions? Did anybody have any questions out there? No questions?
No.
Okay, well, that's all we have to say. This is a short,
A little ramble.
a little short and
ramble.
on rambling today. But,
We've been rambling all day. We should have been
yeah.
doing excerpts all day.
We got some new cabinets, so we have rearranged the whole front of the store, so we're all
Excited
pretty
about
pooped,
that.
but we'd be happy to see you come in and give us your opinion on how things look, if you can find what you were looking for. we may not be able to tell you where it is anymore.
Oh,
But we
we'll
might.
find
Oh
it.
no, everything's
We-
moved, just like cleaning your sewing room. You've moved it and now you can't find it.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us. Remember, we're on, if you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe and hit the bell. And we'll see you next Thursday, either on Facebook or YouTube. And happy sewing. Take care.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.